Welcome everyone to a story that blurs the lines between reality and the supernatural. Today, we're journeying deep into the misty mountains of Estes Park, Colorado, to a place where echoes of the past still whisper through grand, empty halls. We're going to the Stanley Hotel. For over a century, this majestic building has stood watch over the Rockies. It was originally built as a luxurious getaway, a sanctuary for the wealthy, seeking fresh mountain air and opulent comfort. But over the decades, its grand reputation began to share the spotlight with something far more mysterious. The Stanley became known not just for its beauty, but for its ghosts. It's now famously regarded as one of the most haunted places in America, its eerie corridors forever immortalized by Stephen King, who found his inspiration for The Shining within these very walls. But the story we're exploring today isn't a work of fiction. It's a chilling, first-hand account that unfolded just a few years ago, adding another layer to the hotel's legendary home. Our story begins in 2016 with a traveler named Henry Yau. Like many who visit the Stanley, Henry was drawn by a mix of curiosity and a fascination with the paranormal. He had heard the tales, the rumors of spectral figures and phantom laughter, and he wanted to see this infamous hotel for himself. So he checked in, ready to explore. He walked the same paths that high society guests did 100 years ago, his footsteps echoing on the polished floors. He wandered through the magnificent lobby, climbed the old, winding staircases, and peered down the dimly lit corridors. Camera inond. He was on a mission to capture the essence of the place, its history, its grandeur, and perhaps, just perhaps, something more. As he explored, he snapped photos of everything that caught his eye: the ornate architecture, the antique furniture, the sprawling views of the mountains outside. His journey eventually led him to the hotel's famous main staircase. It's an iconic spot, a centerpiece of the hotel that has seen countless guests ascend and descend over the years. Henry wanted to get a perfect, clean shot of the staircase, free of any people. He patiently waited, watching as other tourists and staff members moved through the area. When the coast was finally clear, he raised his camera, framed the shot, and took one last picture of the grand staircase, completely empty. Satisfied, he continued his exploration, unaware that this single photograph would soon change everything. Later that night, back in his room, a strange and sudden feeling washed over Henry. It started with a chill, an unnerving cold that seemed to seep into his bones. Then came the shivers, and a deep, pounding sense of dread that he couldn't shake. He felt incredibly sick, completely drained of all energy. It was a bizarre and unsettling experience, and he had no logical explanation for it. He tried to rest, to push the feeling away, but the sense of unease lingered in the air. Was it just the altitude? A sudden bug? Or was it something else? Something connected to the very place he was staying? He didn't know, but the feeling was undeniable. The next day, Henry checked out of the Stanley Hotel, the strange sickness slowly subsiding, leaving him more confused and scared. Life returned to normal, and the eerie night became a peculiar memory. It wasn't until several days later, when he was back home and scrolling through the photos from his trip, that the true mystery revealed itself. He was casually looking through the images on his phone, reliving his visit. He saw the pictures of the mountains, the hotel's facade, the different rooms, ... And then he came to it, the photo of the main staircase. He stopped. He zoomed in. His heart began to race. There, standing on the landing at the top of the stairs, was a figure. It was a faint, almost misty outline, but it was unmistakably human. It appeared to be a woman, dressed in what looked like old-fashioned, period clothing, a dark dress, a high color. She was just standing there. But Henry knew, with absolute certainty, that no one had been there when he took the picture. He had specifically waited for that staircase to be empty. He had looked with his own eyes and seen nothing but the empty steps and the polished wood of the banister. Yet, in the photograph, there she was. The image was chilling. The figure wasn't sharp or clear, but ethereal, as if she was made of smoke or mist. It looked exactly like the classic description of a ghost. Henry was stunned. He posted the photo online, sharing his baffling experience. The image quickly went viral. People from all over the world were captivated and spooked by the ghostly woman on the Stanley Hotel staircase. News outlets picked up the story, and paranormal experts began to weigh in. Some investigators who analyzed the photo made an even more startling claim. They believed there weren't one, but two spirits captured in that single frame. They pointed to another, even fainter shaped, just to the left of the main figure, suggesting it could be a small child standing beside the woman. The more people looked, the more details they seemed to find, turning one ghostly figure into a potential spectral pair. Theories began to fly. Who were these spirits? Why were they on the staircase? Some connected the sighting to Flora Stanley, the wife of the hotel's original owner, F.O. Stanley. Flora was a refined woman, known for her love of music and her elegant presence in the hotel. It's long been rumored that her spirit never truly left, and she is often reported to be seen or heard playing the piano in the music room, which is located near the main staircase. Could this have been Flora, still watching over her beloved hotel? Then there was the matter of Henry's sudden, unexplained sickness. This detail added another terrifying layer to the story. Some paranormal enthusiasts proposed a dark theory. The spirit, or spirits, had drained Henry's physical energy in their attempt to manifest. This idea, known as energy vampirism in paranormal circles, suggests that ghosts need to draw energy from their surroundings, including living people, to make themselves visible or interact with the physical world. Could Henry's sudden wave of sickness, the chills and the dread, have been the price for capturing a ghost on camera? Was he an unwitting power source for this apparition? For Henry Yau himself, the experience left him with more questions than answers. He wasn't a dedicated ghost hunter or a firm believer in the paranormal before his trip. He was just a curious tourist. Now, he had photographic evidence that he couldn't explain. When asked about it, he often laughs it off, maintaining a healthy dose of skepticism. He acknowledges that he can't explain the figure in the photo, nor can he explain the sudden illness he experienced that night. He's not ready to declare it a definitive ghost, but he can't dismiss it either. He's caught in the middle, holding a picture that defies logical explanation. The Stanley Hotel, for its part, has embraced its haunted reputation. They offer ghost tours, and Henry's photo has become another chapter in the hotel's long and spooky history. It serves as a modern piece of evidence, a digital ghost story for a new generation. Visitors now flock to that same staircase, cameras at the ready, hoping to catch a glimpse of the mysterious woman in black. They stand where Henry stood, waiting for the crowds to clear, hoping that maybe, just maybe, she'll appear for them too. And what about Henry? He says he's moved on. It's a great story to tell at parties, a bizarre footnote in his travel history. But sometimes, he admits, the memory still haunts him in its own way. Sometimes, late at night, when he's asleep and dreaming, he finds himself back at the Stanley. He's standing at the bottom of that grand staircase, looking up, and he swears he can still see her. That faint, misty figure, standing on the landing, waiting for him to raise his camera and take another picture. What do you think? Was it a trick of the light? Digital glitch? Or did Henry Yau truly capture proof of the afterlife at the Stanley Hotel? Let me know your theories in the comments below. Thanks for joining me on this chilling journey. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next dive into the unknown. Until next time, stay curious.